Ross came into my world a couple of years ago where I met him for the first time in Vermont, which is a good segue for me to mention that Paddlers Gathering in Vermont is happening on March 4th and 5th. It's a mini symposium in a way relative to numbers, but very close to my heart and to heart of many people that have been there, because we live and kind of eat and watch presentation for 2 days under the same roof. Anyway, that's where we met for the first time, and then Ross wrote a beautiful book, one of the most wonderful books that I like, called Paddle Beads, and then we collaborated on an article for Nastagan. I cannot tell you about all the things that Ross has done, but he is a wonderful writer who wrote very nice, touching memory of his when George passed away, and he shared that with me, I shared that with Linda, and now he's going to share it with the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Alec. It's interesting how the words in this piece that I will read to you are also used so frequently in the song that Dave just sang. And when several people use the same words in this, referring to a person, I think it indicates the universality of the person's influence on the people he's met. And Alex requested comments and reflections on George Luste's life at the time of his death. And I'm told that many, many reflections were submitted. And together they must tell represent a remarkable collection of tales and thoughts about a remarkable man who left in his wake a trail of remarkable accomplishments. Above all, George was a teacher. I wish I had taken a physics course with him, but instead I experienced Canoe Touring 101 at his hands. It was a wonderful course. Like most experienced teachers, he began by showing us photos of an early trip: aluminum canoes, crude, low-budget equipment, unrealistic goals for the day, infectious enthusiasm for what he was doing. And then, trip by trip, our understanding of what he was about grew, as did our view of his landscape, as it expanded from that first narrow valley to one that eventually encompassed the total horizon of the northern world. We were with him as he sorted food packs out on the ice when his travel companion dropped out with a bleeding ulcer. We were with him as he arrived at the sea. We worried with him about the bears on snowy hillsides in the mist and snow, and rejoiced with him in the full measure of a sun-filled day in the Arctic. Our comfort in our canoe touring course derived from George's imperturbability, his level-headed approach to the unexpected, his optimism that things would be okay. And when the course was finished, it was not because of some inopportune or rash decision on his part. He made no fatal mistake in setting his course amongst the high water and rocks. Rather, it was a powerful and random particle launched out of the universe that gained that unlucky hit on his DNA. It could have happened to any of us. It is reasonable for us to wish that we'd been smart enough to go with him on one of his trips. That cannot happen now, but let's imagine it. We're sitting together quietly in the long Arctic evening on an esker that offers a view to the east over the lake. There is a decent breeze and the bugs are quiet. Behind us lies the patterned ground, the hexagons that we have crossed on our way to climb up here. George is speaking of some travelers who have been in this place before. He knows the book of their journey, as well as he knows the landforms around us. He has been telling us about it. Our education continues.